I'm back again. Hello. Time for some more root beer. That drink is far too good. Right, so Mike, you were pointing out that we are losing money. That is very true. We are. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to spend some of the money which I cannot afford building a fort here in Mutsu, just because it's in the mountains, and that would mean that we can always control that strait. Then I am going to drop army maintenance all the way down, although I'm a little bit surprised that that has not helped more. Still losing money. Interesting. I realise that having all the forts active is going to be costing me cash, so let's go and turn those off. Now we are making money. My economy is still not as strong as I would like it to be. So this is getting global trade spreading to it. I mean, this is connected by a strait, so the technology from here has got to spread to here. So what I'm going to do... Oh no, I need to call that first. We can do that. And Manchu has been eclipsed again. So we need to start converting something else. Let's convert Genshu. Looks like the fleet... Oh no, they have not in fact combined. We need to add these 17 ships to it. Now they can privateer in Hangzhou. Well, actually, what's worth the most money? Hangzhou, though the value of this node is awful. I'm astonished that Ming is still alive. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to investigate supporting the rebels here again. How much was it going to be? 151 ducats. I will take a loan out to pay for the 151 rebel support. Okay. So that should be some help. Hey, Crypt. Oh, Korean separatists are about to spawn. So we'll grab you, we'll split you in half. I will turn all of these forts on again. In fact, we'll just leave you in half. I'm not going to bother raising troops yet because the whole of Korea is covered. So if rebels spawn, they can't actually do any damage. Then both in the ships, send you into here. Guess I have to do that with units actually selected. In that case, let's go here. And then stop paying the army again. Hella expensive as that is. And we could really do with a second general. So we're going to go ahead and recruit one. Hey Andreas, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. I need to find somebody else who has recently subbed. Eagle Slayer. Eagle Slayer. Yeah, not the best, but you'll do. We now have 2 generals selected. Excellent. Right. We're going to wait until our morale recovers, probably next month, and then we'll just go and attack and destroy them. Oh, they actually did a lot more damage to me than I expected. Interesting. Rising support amongst the Togoku population. As a leading figure of the Togoku family community, Nobunaga Horio has both good insights and a strong influence far beyond the council of which he is part of in Tsushima. A fact that he is used to our advantage, strongly increasing the popular support for both our Grand Pirate Confederacy and the Kyushin people that rule it. Nice. So then with that in mind, I'm going to drop army maintenance all the way down, and I am going to turn these forts off again. Where's the rebel chance? Can't tell. Wily smugglers. Smuggling is an activity that even the most simple-minded can decide to pursue. The only difference is they get caught. Send our best men to track down the collaborators. Lose Diplo, lose ducats. Recruit the smugglers, gain network construction but lose ducats. Or have the smugglers dominating. I'm going to track down the collaborators. Hey Ben, how are you doing? So, did So turn into Japan? Yes, it did. And we are still a Pirate Daimyo. Sorry, a Pirate Republic. And because we're an Empire status Pirate Republic, because when you form Japan you become an Empire, we are now, and I love this, a Grand Pirate Confederacy. We are the Pirate Empire of Japan. It's great. And what's more, we were able to keep the So ideas. So we have all of that as well. So I've not had anything to do with the Shogun. I did not become the Shogun. I became an independent daimyo when the Shogun decided to impose his will on me, and I said no. Then when I was an independent, I continued fighting against Ashikaga until I conquered the whole island and then proclaimed Japan once I had done that. Is it possible to keep piracy and hold the mandate? I don't think so, because the mandate turns you into a celestial empire. Are the So ideas so? They are so. What would a Japanese pirate sea shanty sound like? I have an answer for that, actually. Give me a second. Oh, I was joking. Well, you asked for it. I haven't actually heard this, so I cannot say if it's any good or not. I like this band. I know some of their other songs, but I don't actually know this one. And I am so happy that this has happened. I am so happy that this happened. Oh man. I'm going to have to watch that later. It's actually called Shanty. You asked for a Japanese shanty. You got a Japanese shanty. And it was like the second hit on YouTube as well. It's like Baby Metal because I like them. And it's like, they have a song called Shanty. Oh, interesting. Hey Mordred, have I taken a look at Ultimate Admiral Dreadnought? It's an awesome game where you get to make ships from 1900s to 45. Kick-ass. I was actually watching Ben Magnus playing Dreadnoughts. I will probably take a look at it when I get a chance. I just have so many different things on my plate at the moment, so I didn't want to start something new. But I would highly recommend going to check out Ben Magnus's channel because he has a couple of games up there. Let's see if this command works. Did that happen? Yeah. You can find it there. You already did, fair enough. But yeah, Ultimate Admiral Dreadnought uses the same engine as Ultimate Admiral Age of Sail, but because it's all coal, oil, gas-powered ships, you don't need to worry about wind, which was one of my big issues with most sailing games, is I hate fighting against the wind, because I tend to get blown one direction, then it gets really boring trying to turn the frick around. But it looks really cool. So it was a good choice, Mordred. It's been a lot of fun so far. Glad to hear it. I've been enjoying this as well. Yeah, I was watching your game. It did look good. Have you done any of the naval battles in Age of Sail? just out of interest, because some of the simulations in that are really interesting. Like, if your ship rocks because of waves or because of wind action, then the cannons actually get longer or shorter range, depending on whether they're pointing up or down, because of the way the ship moves. Because Ultimate Admiral recently came out with another update where there's land battles now, and also amphibious assaults, including Bunker Hill. I felt like Dreadnoughts was a more of a complete experience though. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I'll definitely check it out, probably after ParadoxCon, when I can actually sit down and take a bit of a breather and try some new stuff. Like, as it is, I've been doing EU4, Hearts of Iron, 7 Days to Die, Crowfall, Total War Warhammer, Mountain Blade, Prophecy of Pendor. And that's just what I can remember off the cuff. That's also a good question, Helson. Yes, when are you going to join us in Crowfall? You really should, that game is awesome. Okay, so how are we doing for storing up power? We're almost at the cap for military again. Part of this is just a waiting game for this Portuguese colony to start giving us the juicy printing press, which they have so nearly got. I mean, we are getting it ourselves in Tsushima, but that's a heck of a lot slower. Why does it always show as not here? It's clearly here. See? 26%. Ming has been discovered building a spy network. Naughty, naughty Ming. But then again, I'm doing the same thing. Printing press! It's spreading! Huzzah! Now I just need to core all of this, turn it into a state, and then have the state spreading further. I am, however, going to need to spend on a military idea, or we could get military development. Let's do the military development, so we're not using quite as much. Do something like that. And actually a Shigo could do with being upgraded, because... is it Tajima? It's one of these. There. You're already a level 10. The Shigo also wants to be a level 10, so we can get the maximum gold. So Hokkaido, I'm just going to make you dev cost reduction temporarily. So that we can do that. Played WoW Classic for a few weeks and I love it, but there just aren't enough hours in the day. I feel much the same way, which is why we want to try and get a guild set up, so I don't need to do everything myself. I can kind of rely on community members. And also, it's kind of fun just playing as a group. So what we'll probably do is join the faction servers, so it's not entirely reliant on us to do everything for ourselves. We're going to be part of a bigger whole. Are you still privateering? You are. Good. Election of the Grand Pirate Confederacy. We are re-electing this chap, aren't we? Yes, we are. Do it. So when's the truce up with Ming? When can I go to the Bank of Ming again? 4 years' time. Although I can probably raid, right? No. 3 more years. Question is, will we order, chaos or balance? Probably order. Order or balance. Chaos holds no interest to me. I can't stand anarchy and anarchists. Okay, so we are now actually driving a profit, which is great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to split you... no, that was right. Split you off, give you Eagle Slayer, start drilling. Same thing, split you off, give you Literary Artist, start you drilling. That way we can start building up our professionalism again, because it did dwindle somewhat. For the Alliance! Am I going to be streaming it? Streaming what, Mike? Crowfall? Yes, but it's going to be part of a regular schedule. I mean, the thing with Crowfall is I sometimes play it at my off hours, just for fun. That I'm not streaming because it's tiring. Okay, so this castle is almost done. A bunch of the manufactories are almost done, which will be very, very nice. And we are indeed getting printing press. Slowly but surely. 0.56 a month. And we're only getting the nearby friendly province modifier. Although when it's cored, I think it will increase further? Not sure. Agreed with Helson, no elves. Of course no elves. Why would you want stinky elves? Hey, Taco. I'm definitely going to miss this stuff when I head back to Britain. Root beer. Why can't we have more root beer? Autonomy change reduction, that's good. Could even get even more autonomy change reduction. Naval tradition for protecting trade. Yes, this is one of the things that annoys me. I really wish this was naval tradition for protecting trade or privateering. The fact that this is specifically protecting trade really detracts from the pirate nations. They're privateering instead. Because then I'm going to have to start actually protecting trade instead. Question is where and why? Because we already have almost complete control of Nippon, so we don't need to be doing that. Privateering affects it so it works. Does it? I could have sworn I checked that before and it didn't. What are the primary benefits of a pirate? You can raid people. So every 10 years you can press a little button if you're off their coast and if you're close enough to your own provinces, where you can just steal a bunch of cash. And pirates also have a bunch of other bonuses. They have their own factions. So the Buccaneers, the Smugglers, the Captains, they're a republic, so you elect rulers rather than having it hereditary, although you can have a pirate king where it does become hereditary. You get a bunch of different reforms. So raise the Pirate Republic, 50% naval force limit. You do lose Republican tradition, so that's why it's quite nice having the Buccaneers in power. You can raid coasts, you can capture enemy ships, 33% more chance of capturing ships, which is huge. And then you have the Republican virtues, these are the 3 different choices for pirates. And then separation of powers, you get 3 different choices for pirates, including one, the Black Market Consortium, which basically gives you the Merchant Republic mechanics, which is kind of cool. Although that does also come with the size limitations. Damn it, he died already. That's irritating. Okay. What do we need the most? What are we behind in? Admin. Definitely admin. Admin it is. Up and coming pirate. Well, in that case, I'm tempted to get this because my naval tradition has been terrible. So at the moment, go here. Protecting trade plus 0.52. I don't know if that recalculates to the end of the month or if I should have checked it before I pressed the button. I suspect I probably should have checked it before pressing the button. Still 0.52. Okay, I'm really angry with myself now. I wish I had checked that. November. This is going to be going back to July. easy way of checking. Just bear with me. Doing it. 0.25, you're right. Okay, so privateering does count. Ha! That's really good to know. That's really good to know, thank you. In which case the privateer faction suddenly feels a hell of a lot more important and useful. Cool. Convert another province. Sort this by cost. Work on you. New generation of samurai. A new generation of samurai have come of age. The relative peace with which we have been blessed during the past few years has caused young generations to grow up soft and more disposed to administrative tasks than the art of war. I'm going to take the admin. Thank you. Manpower is recovering nicely. Whoa! Oh no, that is still Ming. I was thinking that was a different colour there for a second, but it's not. 3 more years. Wars are done. I can't state it. National Bank. The establishment of a bank has given us a reputation of seriousness and reliability. It has also allowed our government a much greater flexibility in raising funds for warfare. Gain money, admin power, inflation reduction or interest. Inflation reduction. Definitely. We're also going to pay off the 2 loans that we do have. 2? I thought we only had 1. And now we are reducing inflation. We just lost 5, which is awesome. And now we're losing 0.15 a year, which is also awesome. Then I think I might get autonomy. Sure, why not? National Bank of the Pirates seems credible. Yeah, we call it Ming. Cork bottle stoppers. Wine and glass price has gone up. Glass again! This is the 3rd event for glass. Glass has got to be ludicrously valuable. Trying to find where glass is actually produced. It seems to be quite rare. There's a few places in India. Nowhere in China or Japan. Very Eurocentric. 4.95. Good grief, that's valuable. That's crazy. Interesting. I don't think I've ever seen glass get all 3 events in one go. Should be one in West Africa as well, is there? Yes. There is one. None in the Americas, but I can't really see all of the Americas yet to make a accurate judgment. The other thing I was considering was whether I should upgrade my fleet or not. Nah. Not gonna bother. Yeah, you turn off. In fact, the Korean ones can turn off too. And then I think that I do actually want to get a fort up here, just a cheap one. To help with rebels. Could probably also do with one here. So let's go to the forts map mode. And this will give me an idea of where I should build them. Like Higo could probably do with one. EO. Eshigo. I don't think I want to do it until I get a slightly better economy, though. Venice produces a ton of glass, making them even better. Yes, I know. I wish when development got high in the Americas, it could start producing manufactured stuff like glass, wool, or cloth. That's something that Mayo and Taxes does, isn't it? That's another mod I really need to play again. It's just that Mayo and Taxes tends to release new versions at ParadoxCon, so I'm kind of waiting for ParadoxCon to see if they do that. Support rebels, CB against Ming. Ah, they did actually trigger. Excellent. April 47. So we have a ways to wait still. Although I did say that the next war against Ming was going to be one of conquest, not of money. Portugal took this off of Ming. No, off of you. Interesting. This place, though, is a trading post, isn't it? No, it's not. So why are you not getting the technology? Don't know. 1645. It's not going to be too far off of getting many factories spawning. So let's build another manufactory. Are those the rebels I supported in Ming? Yes, they are. They're friendly to me, which means we'll never fight them. Gigao is working on version 3 of Mio and Taxis, so maybe wait until he's done with that. Yeah, I know he is. That's why I said usually he releases it in around ParadoxCon. And ParadoxCon is... oh yeah, next week. Who's excited? This guy. I need to... not institutions. I'm trying to decide where to develop. With military points again. Where's going to be best? Let's do that. You can go to war to enforce their demands. I can. Slight problem though, I have a truce. Why is my navy tradition so low? When I get one more idea. Then I finish elementary school and also the ambition, so we're going to go ahead and do this. Elementary schools are important for children's basic education. They're the next generation and must bring our country up to a new era. Now I get a yearly naval tradition. Now I'm getting a bonus, here we go. You have only 18 boats, you should have 100 at least. Hey? I don't have 18. I have 80. 90 even. In fact, I have 114. And also, I'm doing a little sneaky thing. I have a flagship here which has the trade route map, which means that all of the ships in this fleet, including those 44 galleys, have got trade power. Therefore, those galleys and the flagship itself are doing privateering. And there is a way of seeing your total trade power. Oh, I don't have an admiral here. That I should do.